Good morning. This is Margaret at the University of Sewing, and it's Facebook Live. So we have a new team member to introduce you to. She's not really new to us, but she has not been on Facebook Live with us before. Say hello, Leah.
Hi.
So we are here with Santa. Now, you guys should remember from last year, but if you're fairly new, maybe not. But every July, what we do is we do Christmas in July. And so Christmas in July is time for us to do some wonderful sales, and each week there'll be a different sale. So write this down, but I'll put it in the notes when we get done with this. But our sale this week is going to be on kits, and you're going to get 30% off of any kit you purchase. Just go on to our online shop at universityofsewing.com and use the word KITS30, capital K, KITS30, and you will get 30% off of any kit. That is such a deal.
It is.
It is quite the deal. Okay, our giveaway today, we have the Zippy Strippy bag, which is these cute little zipper bags, and some fabric to go along with it. And this is very fun fabric. There's little ice cream cones and little kitty cats. And this is all going to go to you when you share. Now, for those of you who are fairly new, and we hope there's some new people watching today, when you go online and you watch this, and it doesn't matter if we're doing it right then and there. It's just as long as you share it into your Facebook feed. And how you do that is there's a share button underneath everything, and just hit that, and then go into the comments and tell us you share. Because most of us have our privacy settings showing up so that we can't tell who it is that are sharing our videos. So if you tell us in the comments, then you can get entered into the drawing to win this sweet little prize.
You mean like Kathy, Donna, and Janice?
They're awesome, and they win, and so you can win too, so make sure you share. And again, it does not matter if you do it while we're doing the video. You can go back and watch it later. As long as it's within 24 hours of when we put this out, then we're happy with that. And please, again, don't forget to let us know you shared. Yeah. Leah, I'm going to let you go.
Sounds good.
And thank you for joining me this morning. Leah's part of our team. She is actually not really part of the University of Sewing team. She's now managing the alterations and tailoring. Yes. And so we're very thrilled to have her. She's worked on and off for us for now, has it been?
It's almost been three
years.
years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So we're very thrilled to have her. So everybody say hello to Leah, and we'll see her again, I'm sure.
Yes, come see me for all of your alterations needs. So, yeah.
All right, guys. We are going to go over to our table and show you. I didn't bring all the kits out, and because Dave is doing the boot walk, we're going to try not to abuse him too much today. So we're going to go slow and let him catch up to us. So we have got some really beautiful kits, and I've shown you the kits at different points in time. And what I wanted to point out to you is now we have a new group of kits. They are 3-yard kits. Now, a lot of you will probably know what the 3-yard kit is for. There is a group of books out for making 3-yard quilts. Basically, you pick 3 1-yard pieces of fabric and you can create quilts, and it's especially nice for your charitable giving. So we've got some really cute kits over there to do this with, and they're online, so go take a look at them. And we've got them under, this one is under Figo 3-yard quilt kit, but they will note that they are a 3-yard quilt kit. What it means is there's 1 yard of each of the fabrics in there. And so you can make some really cute quilts out of those so that you can go ahead and do your charitable giving in a very economical way, because you're going to get 30% off on it today.
Hey, Margaret, before you go
on, that goes through next Thursday, by the way. Yes.
Before you go any farther, why don't you kind of recap and tell people you survived last week?
Oh, the shop hop. I think, you know what, Dave, we haven't taken down the shop hop sign yet, so we need to do that too. So the shop hop went wonderfully, everybody. We had almost 300 people come through. And
then new people.
They were almost all of them were new. It was wonderful. So a whole bunch of people now know about us. I hope that they will start watching us on Facebook Live. They can win prizes just like you can. So hopefully they will see that. They were just super nice folks, and we've already sold a studio long arm out of it. So how cool is that? So we're usually talking about Bernina on Fridays, and I do have a couple of things I wanted to tell you. I've heard that we are going to have a Q-matic available for the studio frames now after Bernina University. So I'm very much looking forward to being able to take care of those of you who bought studio frames. We should be able to give you a Q-matic if you're ready for that.
And when's BU?
BU is the, let's see.
We leave a week from tomorrow.
Well, we do leave a week from tomorrow, but it doesn't start, I don't think, until the 11th. So, no, 10th. No, it is the 11th because we're driving the 10th. So I'm pretty sure that's right. So anyway, it is 4 days long, Tuesday through Friday, and we're going to be there, and I'm going to be teaching, so I'm really excited about that. I'm going to talk to people about putting a clothing part into their store, so that should be really exciting. So let's talk about this Christmas in July. Let's talk about what's going on. Now, there really aren't any Berninas on sale until the latter part of July. So Bernina runs their sales, and I always tell you about their sales, but then this time period right now, there really isn't any sales going on. But I did want to point out a couple things to you that you may not realize. One, we have a Bernina 500, which is exclusively a embroidery machine, and that is a demo machine. So you're going to get a really good discount on that. So if you are looking for trying to get your embroidery off your regular machine, you want to just do it exclusively on a machine, that 500 might be just the ticket for you. Now, another machine that we've got out, and I'm not going to show you these all because poor Dave would be.
Oh, let's go look at the 770. At least do the 770.
Okay. All right.
Good.
So, well, they're both right beside each other, so we can see there is
The event machine, though, is down around the corner.
Did you move it someplace? Because
It's over there.
Yes, but I'm telling you, the 480's right across from it.
Okay.
so we have two other machines that I wanted to tell you about. Plus, we've actually got a couple of other ones in the shop. So if you're looking for maybe a used or a demo machine because you will get such a better deal on it, maybe this is the right time for you to make that purchase. So what I wanted to show you is we have, we have this lovely jacket that Alice did, but we have the 770 plus here. We used this as an event machine when Benita McCall was here, and it is ready to go home with you. We have got a great special price on this. Again, Bernina asked us not to advertise these, and my Facebook Live would be.
Plus, we want to see you anyway.
That's right. We want to see you anyway. So I wanted to tell you that we have a great price on this machine. And we also have a couple of used machines in the shop that I thought would be really fabulous. Now remember, the 770 Plus is set up with a lot of new features, and a lot of those are embroidery. And we have some used embroidery machines. So you could get the 770 Plus, you could get a used embroidery machine, and you could get into this really inexpensively.
And the money you save, you can get a new horn cabinet.
There you go. I think that's a wonderful idea. And you know what? We deliver those within 60 miles for free. So Dave's not going to do it, but we have some other help. So the other thing I've got right here is a 480 special edition. Do you know how many stitches are on this? Less than 6,000. Do you realize that that is basically a brand new machine? Well, I've got an especially great price on this, and you should totally think about this for your events, for your any kind of retreat you're going on. This is the perfect machine. when you've got your other machine sitting at home and you don't want to hustle that one with you because it's so big and heavy, because you have that 770 at home. Hopefully you're going to get this 770 plus. You could get this 480, and you've got the two machines you need to take care of everything. And you know, Bernina does offer 0% interest financing all the time. So if you're interested in that, give me a call, because I can explain like how you can get the 0% interest. I can explain to you the deals, what the prices are, because there's only so much I can do in that regard. But we are wandering back here because I wanted to just take and show everybody. We're finally getting to some of those trade-in machines we had.
What's the snacks all about, Margaret?
We have a few leftover snacks from the shop off. So come in and get some snacks too. All right, so what we've got over here is we've got a 530. And Leah left me little
You got a trap?
traps. And now it's a trap for Dave. Excuse me for a moment. I'm going to try to get him not to kill himself. So these three machines right here are all going to be available. I've got one of them ready to go. This 530 is totally ready to go. It has a little over 1 million stitches on it, and it's only a couple of years old. It is in great condition, and it is got its own little case, and it's just a very nice machine. These machines, when we have them either as event machines or as used, we always go through them, make sure they're in great shape. We give you a 60-day warranty to give you plenty of time to go home, test it out, and if for any reason you decide that that machine is not what you want, I'll just return your money to you, or we can find you a different machine.
And why do you have used machines?
Because we had a trade-in event. We said that. We have a trade-in event. So we got in some machines and people went and graded up. So we always trade in. You know, we had that trade-in event, and I know that's really nice. But I want you to understand, if you've got a machine and you want to trade for a new Bernina, we always do that. This is a little 730 Artista. So that one's going to be available and ready to go pretty soon. And then we've got a little 550 over here. So each of these machines have some really great features. The only thing that happens sometimes with the used machines is sometimes we don't get, sometimes we might not get a specific case or something with it. But I make sure you get all the feet, all of the tools, all of your bobbins, all of that stuff comes with it, and you get us. And you can come to our mastery lessons too, even if you bought used. I don't care if you bought used or not. We can still have you come to our mastery lessons.
And the 530 and 550, you can put a BSR on it. So
you can put a BSR on it. They're CB bobbin machines, so they're not going to have the jumbo bobbin. But it might be actually, some of you, I know, it's so funny. People either really, really, really love the jumbo bobbin, or some of them just want the regular bobbin. So, these machines, these two machines are 5.5 millimeter with feed dog systems. So if you're looking for a good machine for an event machine, retreat machine, something to go to your workshop.
your second home, whatever.
Second homes, your camper, whatever. These are going to be perfectly priced for that. They're going to be perfect for you to take. And your feet are going to switch back and forth. At least some of them will. So it just depends on what you're looking for. But I know I really like having a 5.5 millimeter machine and a 9 millimeter machine, because then I can do my really big, beautiful decorative stitches on my big machine, and I can do some really cool, like my miniature work and my other kinds of work. They really do work better on that little machine. So it's a great idea, and you can be the proud owner of one of these great machines. And they've been serviced and they're ready to go. So you tell me what you need and what you're looking for, and we'll get you into the right price point for that. So we still have blocks left over from the shop hop. So, and from what I understand, I think that a lot of the shops had some leftover blocks. So if you like the quilt and you wanted to make one for yourself, you could contact, I can give you a list of the different places, and I know you could contact them and get all the different blocks, but we do have them. Or if you wanted to say, you wanted to make a whole quilt with the Aunt Vina's favorite, you could do that too, because I have enough to do that. Maybe that's what we should do, Dave. Maybe we should make a quilt just out of that block.
Well, I was thinking too, you could use them when you start teaching your quilting classes.
That's
That
a
little
wonderful idea.
that piece there, somebody
That's a
could walk out
wonderful
with a
idea.
finished block.
Just so you guys know, I am planning to start, we are starting to look at classes for August and September. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, I know everybody wants ruler work. I'm still looking for an instructor for ruler work. But we have in October Gail Yellen coming. She'll be here, I believe it's the 22nd or 21st and 22nd. I think she's going to be here. Whatever that Friday and Saturday is, those are the days she's going to be here. And we're also looking at some other things. We've already got a long arm class scheduled for in January. So if you are thinking about long arms, you haven't really quite made up your mind, that might be a really great thing for you to come to. So I know people take a while to make a decision on such a big purchase. So if you are thinking about that, we do have an event coming up. We are also going to be, I'm going to be doing more and more demonstrations on the long arm because I want you to see some really wonderful things that the Q-matic can do. And I've been telling you kind of my journey, how I've been learning about everything. So Dave, why don't we go over to the long arm and we can actually show them one really cool trick that I learned when I was doing my quilting here recently. We can show the result of it, and I can show people how it goes about doing this as long as the computer works for me. Every computer in the shop has been.
You mean like the printer on the
printer,
checkout?
we've had printer problems consistently now for like all week long. I took and pulled the drawer out of one of the printers and I flipped it and broke it. So that was really fun.
How old was that one?
It was like 2 hours old. It was brand new. I did that. And then we went ahead and had, we changed paper in another printer and then it decided not to work. How does changing paper not make, I'm telling you, I'm like the kiss of death with some of these things. I never understand it. So, do you guys have problems with computers? I mean, it's just so annoying sometimes. Okay. So we are going to go ahead, and the first thing the computer is asking me on the Q-matic, the very first thing it's doing is it's asking me to go ahead and move my sew head to show it where my safe zone is. So this will only take a second. I'm going to do this really quickly, and I'm going to do that. We're going to bring it down here. And Dave, what I want you to do for everybody for just a second is I want you to show them this block right here. Because what I'm going to show them is how I can do this. So this is a really cool panel that is for practicing your free motion and your ruler work from Amanda Murphy. But what I'm going to show you is, see how this block right here, it has a design in it. Well, I'm going to come over here to this little green block. And I'm going to show you how we can make a design, no matter what the shape of the design is, how we can fit it into that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the computer and we are going to go ahead and pick that same design and I'm going to put it in the quilting area. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tell the computer that we want this to be a very specific sized block. And we're going to use a thing right here that is called Morph to Fit. And it's looking for me to either to do this on the screen or do it with the sew head. So I'm going to do it on the sew head. And then I'm going to come back over. And you know, I changed my mind. We're going to do it in the rectangle because that designs a square. And I just want you to see what happens here. But we are going to find the four corners on this block. And so I'm going to tell the computer, I'm just looking down and making sure that I've got it right where I want. So now I've got all 4 points of that rectangle. Now, see the rectangle right there? Notice it is not square. That's okay. we are going to put that design in there, and we are going to tell it, and look what it did. Now I'm going to undo it for a second so you can see it again. Oh, I goofed. All right, we're going to do it one more time. We're going to go and hit those spots again. Look on the screen on the Q-matic here. It has a thing called set, and what it's letting me do is find my four corners. This is really cool that it can do this. So your designs are not dependent on having to be perfectly square. They are actually able to be whatever shape you've got. And that last one, I'm not going to change it because I want you to see it could be really off if we needed it to be. I actually hit the button before I meant to, but see that? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this check mark, and look at that. How neat is that? And now all I have to do is press this little button, and it's going to go over there and sew this for me.
Aw, really?
It really is. It's the coolest thing. Look at the sew head. Look at it. It's getting ready to go over there.
Is this when you go do laundry and stuff?
It is kind of, but I have to pull up my thread first. So we're going to pull up our thread first. And one of the things I always do is I pull on the threads and make sure they're coming through freely, just like I do on my sewing machine. And the reason I do that is because if there's going to be a problem, I'm going to find it out before it starts sewing. But look at that, it's sewing for us. So those of you who've recently gotten long arms, I know there's a few of you out there that have been watching this. There is so many features of this Q-matic that are going to make your sewing so much easier. You know, one of the things that we want to do is we want to customize it because we have very individualized quilts. And so this is just one customization feature of the Q-matic that will give you the ability, whether a block is square or it isn't, and you can make it look very beautiful, and nobody's going to know that that block wasn't perfectly square because the stitching is going to fit into it just like it did on this one. So right now this is going to go ahead, and Dave, look, can you show them how it just fit into that corner so pretty? I don't know, I can lift this. Here, let's do this. We're going to pause it for a second, and I'll lift that up so that you can go ahead and get right in there and show how it's fitting into that corner so nice. I got that corner perfect, but I know when I hit the set button here, I accidentally got it down just a little bit. But what's going to happen now after we go ahead and tell it to sew again, it's going to finish sewing this, and it's going to fit into, mostly into the rectangle that I did. So there's all kinds of things here that you've got available to you. You can take and sew something right in just your area of your sashing. And sashing, no matter what we do, we all know that our sashing, if you measured it, it might not be perfectly straight, it might not be perfectly squared, a rectangle, whatever. And the nice thing about the Q-matic is you can make adjustments for that, and nobody will know that it isn't perfect. So it's pretty fabulous, and we've been having a lot of fun. We did a mastery class on this past Wednesday, and we're going to do another one next week. So Q-matic mastery classes are going to become part of our regular offerings of mastery classes. So if you've got a long arm and you have not bought it from us, but you feel like you would like to take a refresher class in that, you might want to contact us and see when our next mastery lesson is. At the moment, they're not on the calendar, but they will be. So think about any of those things that you want to learn. And also, you don't have to, if you want to come to a mastery lesson, if you haven't purchased the long arm yet, it might be a really great place for you to learn it, whether or not this is the machine for you, or whether, I mean, people sometimes think these things are really complicated. I think the Bernina's done a good job of not making it too complicated, but there is a learning curve. There is a learning curve. Okay, everybody, we are 5 minutes till 10. don't forget, we are giving away that cute little zipper bag pattern and some fabric to go with it. If you share, we have the sale going on this week from today until next Thursday at midnight. You can get any of our kits for 30% off. Use the coupon code capital KITS 30. It's just KITS 30. And that coupon code is going to get you, you have to use it at checkout if you go online. If you're having any problems with that, don't hesitate to call us. We don't want you to have problems. I know sometimes computers can be frustrating. And so if you're thinking about buying something and you haven't made a decision, then go ahead. I want to tell you about one other really quick story. Recently, we had a customer come in and they were concerned about the price of a Bernina bobbin case. And they said that they had gone online and they had seen another bobbin case and it was a quarter of the price. Well, I'm gonna just tell you that my prices are not some sort of very inflated amount. They are the MSRPs on our accessory items. And if you're finding something that is 25% of what I'm charging, it's not a Bernina product because they can't even buy for wholesale for that. So be really careful out there because I think sometimes people think they're getting a good quality item. You spend too much money on that Bernina sewing machine. That Bernina sewing machine is the one that lasts you 20 years and its parts have lasted you 20 years. And if you're going and buying a cheap knockoff from somebody, it's not going to last you and it may potentially damage your machine, and I don't want to see that happen. So everybody, I hope you are having a wonderful Friday. It looks like it's going to be a bright sunny day here in Bloomington, and if you're out and about, come and see us. We'd love to see you. Oh, you know what we didn't do, and we'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a new feature for you. It is showing off one of our customers' quilts. We have one of our customers who loaned us a quilt of hers to show off. She used fabric from the shop, and we have a special place for it now, and we will show you that to you tomorrow morning. And I hope you will join us at 9:30 tomorrow for Facebook Live. Have a great day, everybody.